Welcome back, everybody. I am the Jimmer. This is the Propane 150k King of the Hill Championship. It's going to be episode 73, featuring... Oh, sorry, it's on the wrong screen. This is the Speedy Venus. This is my entry for the tournament. Going to be the last one of the season. We have a few more vehicles to go. I think like 5 or 6 more entries after this, but this is going to be my last crack at the hill. I don't know. We'll see. There's a lot of really tough designs on the hill right now, and it's really hard to design with all of them in mind. So those of you that have been part of the Propane for a while will instantly recognize this as one of my Speedy Venus ships. They all kind of end up looking the same after a while. Can't help it. I was able to figure out, or actually I stole this from somebody else, you kind of space your aerodynamics here in the front, and you get the pointy nose effect, the friction reduction, drag reduction, and I got that kind of that classic Speedy Venus grill still on there. Shortens the nose just a touch, but I like it more just for the aesthetic reasons. Alright, and this ship has one big gun, APS gun, decent particle accelerator cannon, got that thing really overdriven. Got some radar missiles on the sides here, and then underneath we've got some torpedoes, as well as, getting a little too low. Got some torpedo racks here on the bottom. The new patch happened, I don't know, like 2 weeks ago, something like that, and made torpedoes like twice as fast. So, so many subs as well as ships on the hill, I figure having a whole lot of torpedoes would be pretty good. And then I also, playing a little dirty, I've got on my cannon here, I'm gonna have to unpause this. It's gonna get a little loud. Sorry. Let's see if we can get on the gun. We've got what was it? It ended up being 137 millimeter, and I'm shooting. Let's see if we can get down actually into the gun, and got things really tightly packed in here. There we go, that's a little bit easier to see. I've got 2-meter shell racks, and then I'm shooting a combination of sabot kinetic rounds with grav rams on them, and those grav rams are cranked all the way up. So these shots won't actually do damage, but they will hopefully knock your vehicle either into the ocean where the torpedoes can get it, or possibly into space where you'll get disqualified. And then the other round, it's a 50-50 mix of the grav ram rounds as well as just standard solid AP warheads that are designed to just give a good punch. And then the other gun is the particle accelerator cannon. We'll hop on this real quick. Got that all Tetrised in. This is all above deck. It's all in the turret here. And you can see it is, I've got the overclock turned up a bit, so it does piercing damage, just a single tube of that, and I'm hoping to kind of put like needle holes through the hull and hit something important, like shoot through a crankshaft and disable your engines, or possibly shoot through a particle accelerator gun and disable it or something like that. That is the intention of that. Let's take a look at the hull itself. I built this thing pretty tanky. Got I believe 2 layers of metal, and then some heavy armor triangles, and then inside that some ERA armor, the explosive reactive armor, to keep the heat at bay. And so fairly tanky, especially for something that goes this fast. Cruises around at between 90 and 100 meters a second. Actually dipping down a little bit. I wonder if It looks like it's only going about 70 or 80 now. I might have slowed it down a little bit on the last minute changes I've made. And then the shielding is purely for laser shielding. It's got I used some pretty big battery banks and the engine power to run the particle accelerator cannon. So I covered this thing in like strength like 8 or 9 shields, so that will absorb that damage into the batteries and hopefully survive against something like the laser box. Alright, I think that's enough of that. One other thing I wanted to mention is the flypaper here. I have this. This actually spawns right behind me, and then I'm spawning away. And I'm hoping that with all the ramming vessels and suicide craft, I'm hoping to catch them in this my flypaper net here, and keep them from blowing me up. So wish me luck in that endeavor. Alright, and that's everything. Let's get this underway. I think I have this all set up right. Yeah, we've got the AGS-6 by a Lemming is our current third place king, and it's towards an air. Yes, and then the Speedy Venus is mine away in sea level. All of our standard tournament settings here. Get this started. And the AGS-6 is 2 hovercraft with a whole ton of particle accelerator piercing guns. Or I guess it's just the 4 turrets, but a whole lot of lenses. So it fires a lot of piercing. Hoping that my extra thick armor will be able to stand up to that barrage, but we will find out. Alright, here we go. Oh, yeah, not getting any reprieve. Those pat cannons are firing away. It looks like they fire once a second. Speedy Venus all the way down to 96 already. Looks like the AGS-6s are taking a little bit of damage, probably from the cannon. Oh yeah, there you see that that grav ram is actually working. Twisting this one around, knocking it down into the water. Oh, and this one as well. This one getting twisted up. Oh, and this is going to start getting hit by torpedoes. Yeah, you see the torpedoes already coming in. And switch to all explosive and staggered the fire a bit, so hopefully they won't take each other out too much. And yeah, oh wow, 80% in sinking already. Alright, so now we're down to Speedy Venus at, oh, Speedy Venus is in trouble. It is also down in the water. It is at, oh, is it despawning? 80% in sinking, oh no. Alright, well at least I got one of the AGS-6s before I got taken out. So, congratulations to a Lemming, holding on to that third place position. And that's going to be it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed the battle. I certainly did. Go ahead and click that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next episode. We'll have the Speedy Venus take on the, oh, what's our 4th place king? I believe is the, oh, is it the Unbalanced Advantage? Or no, it's the Redshifted Barracuda, and then possibly the Unbalanced Advantage. That'll be in the next episode.